Welcome back to Minecraft Gets Technical. I'm CZSurvivor, and I hope you're having a good day, because today we're going to be working on the Wither-powered tree farm. Last episode I mentioned an automatic tree farm, and that's what we're going to be doing today. But first, a few things, some very good news. First of all, progress. The ocean monument is slowly getting chipped away. We've got this much water left to clear, and all the building done, but a big chunk of it's gone, which I'm very glad about. Next of all, I passed my driving theory test, which is basically, if you've not done your driving theory test before, I don't know how it is in different parts of the world, but in England you've got a multiple choice theory section, which is 45 questions, pure multiple choice. Then you've got what they call it's like an example thing. It's got a special name, a case study, where it has a scenario and you've got to answer questions based on the scenario, 5 of them, and get over 43, you pass on that bit. And it's got a second part called hazard perception, basically how well you can detect hazards. The earlier you spot them, the more points you get, up to 5. From 5 to 0 you can score on each hazard. There's 14 clips, and one clip has 2 hazards, so that's 75 points, and I passed on both, which is excellent. Next of all, I've made some nice progress on the base. Let's just quickly drink a night vision potion to make things a little easier to see. If we pop under, so we've got a tunnel coming out there, we've got some tunnels coming into the centre here, as you can see, and it's beginning to wrap up and get some nice decoration on it. Also, I've only got one exam left to do, 16th maths decision, and then I'm done. No more exams, and it's back to normal for me. So yeah, so as I said, today's episode we will be working on the I forgot what it's called already. The Wither-powered tree farm. So if I quickly hop down here, I haven't done much here because we're making the Wither tree farm so we can get wood for our hoppers and chests. So just quickly run over here. I need to drop some stuff off, but I'll do that after this. Kind of the main stopping point on this base building is that I decided to use the dark prismarine, which is ridiculously expensive because it's 8 of them plus a ink sac to make one, and it's not very common in the thing. So here is where the Wither part is going to go, because the Wither section, the whole of it, has to be within a 16 by 16 chunk. So if you don't know how to make a 16 by 16 chunk, find your where is it? I'm at the wrong section, am I? Nope, I want to go over to this corner and make life easy for you. So there it says chunk. Now you've got 3 numbers. You've got 0, 1, 0 at this point. The one in the middle is your vertical position within this chunk, and your left one is, I believe, your X, and your right one is your Z. So you want to go from 0 to 0, and then travel off in one direction, one of your cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west. Well, actually, from this one it'd be east or south, until one of those numbers gets to 15, and then start drowning, like so. Then, after you've got to there, you want to take your next number up to 15 as well, in this corner. And then you've got 3 sides of your square, and you just go back on yourself. So each chunk is 16 by 16, using numbers 0 through to 15, because binary likes to start at 0 computers. Bit confusing sometimes, but hey, so that's that. So I'm going to get starting work on this, and I'll do progress updates, because I still haven't nailed this down, and I'll have to keep watching a tutorial. Right, we're back. Night vision is just unfortunately worn out, so we're just going to have to do this in the slight dark. So, let's go over how I'm going to design this. So, if we're going to line up the centre of the entrance to this build with this catwalk, pathway, tunnel, whatever, the far edge of the building where the Wither's going to be located will be here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it goes back and it fits in, so it'd be nice within a chunk. Now, this needs to come up with a design. It's not just got night, which makes it nice, even more darker. Now what I'm thinking is we build a dome around this. So we have the building and we put a dome over it. That does mean that it's going to be taller than the tourist bit, but the tourist is going to have the big spiky tower coming out of it. So yeah. Or I could build a cylinder around it. But cylinder, something just tells me that that's just not going to look as good. So I think I'm going to go with a dome around it. So first of all, I'm going to get the basic dimensions of this laid out. And I'm going to put gravel, one larger than it, so one block around, and clear out all the water in it so I can work with it easy, because we all know water and redstone is a very bad idea. So, be back once I've cleared the water. Right, so the hole is created. We've removed all the water. Now it's time to start beginning on the construction. So, yeah. Right, so I'm currently in the Nether hunting wither skeletons for wither skulls, because we need 2 more to spawn the wither to do the block breaking. Now I've already got 1 and it's already placed down in where it needs to go to spawn the wither. Just gotta get 2 more. So once I've done that, I can spawn the wither with you and see if the thing actually works, hopefully. I think I'll make a backup before I do that though, just in case. Safety first. Right, we're back, and the wither containment part of this device is set up. As you can see, this is where the blocks will be pushed in through that hole that you can see there. So the wood will go in there, and the wither will be contained in here. So I'm going to quickly hop down and put in the last skull. Basically, very simplified explanation. The wither gets tracking this mob and also tracking this mob. The main middle head attracts to this mob. It can't shoot it, so it won't shoot. It has to have a line of sight because it's the block breaking one, whereas the other one doesn't, and will just keep shooting at the angle and the 2 side heads. Now, little awkward thing, you have to remove the blocks here if you're going to be following the tutorial that I'm watching, because in 1.8 they changed it because Mojang. So hopefully, according to the comment section, this is going to be the fix for it. Apparently. I've got to run away, far away from this as possible, so he doesn't target me, targets those mobs. And, fingers crossed, it should work. They get a little damaged the first time he spawns, but he appears to be stuck. Exactly what we want to do. As you can see, breaking no blocks. As I was talking before, the main head is tracked on that guy, and just so you can hear me properly, that is way too high for what I normally have. Ooh. Oops, I didn't realise that. My mistake. So this video is going to be a bit louder at the beginning. So the main head is locked onto this guy. That's the head that fires the big block breaker one, the one that will destroy any block, excluding, I think it's bedrock and end portal frames and end portal itself, I think. I don't think there's anything else. And the 2 side heads are tracking the iron golem and trying to hit him. So, first half down, the hard bit appears to be having a thunder and lightning strike at the moment in the game. And I'm going to start building the tree farm section to automatically shove in wood. Do I have any wood on me actually? Is there any? No, I was going to show you it kind of working. Right, time to start the tree part. One more thing. Have you seen the Fallout 4 trailer? Because, oh man, I love it. I can't wait for that game to be out. I loved playing Fallout New Vegas. And I love watching this person currently play Fallout 4. Oh, not Fallout 4, Fallout the original, which is top-down RPG style instead of first-person shooter, but man, I love it. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch it, please. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But that dog, how much emotion just that scene carries in that trailer, just wow. So yeah, I'm going to get started on this and not get taken off by Fallout 4, and then I'll be back once we probably have the functionality of this done. Right, so here we are. The thing is practically complete. Well, actually, yes. Technically, it's complete. Decoratively, no. But that's something else entirely. That's going to take a while. So, we've got this monstrosity here, which is basically the tree compactor and leaf remover. And here, this section here, you see these pistons here are the tree log resorter, changing it from a 1x6, 1 wide, 6 high, into a 2x3, 2 high, 3 wide, to fit in this hole, so the wither can have its fun. Simple. So, I'm going to hop out of spectator mode, and we can give it a try. So, back in survival, this is what it looks like. Totally not complete. Floor will be 1 higher to cover up these hoppers. Still got another line of hoppers to come in, but they're only for storage. And this thing should be entirely functional. So if I come over here, system kicks into action. Oh, yeah. It would be very helpful if, you know, bone meal. I'll just turn off the system before I kick it on. Well, the bone meal you throw into this hopper line here. So I'll throw 1 stack in there and I'll throw the rest in this hopper. We'll probably see it coming in a second. Oh wait, no, this machine needs to be on for you to see it coming in. But that doesn't matter. So system goes here. You just hold right click. It just pushes it along. And I am currently getting items. You're supposed to stand here really. But hey, doesn't really matter. And I appear to be placing the sapling faster than the game can update properly visually. It's a bit weird looking, but hey, everything going invisible. So if we come to here, we have logs. So what you go is you go into your options, you find your controls, your drop button, you change that to something like, I don't know, 0 on your numpad. Lay a weight on it whilst looking over at the thing. Alright, yeah, right click doesn't work, must remember that. I have to hold numpad now. Lay a weight on it and turn on the machine. So, lay a weight on it. My finger will be the weight for this example. And you can go, actually position it correctly. Go, do whatever you want. Make yourself a cuppa. Anything. So yeah, that's the functionality complete. Let's have a look at the decoration part of it. Right, so we're back. I've turned down the sounds a little so we don't hear the wither, and we can work on the decoration. So what I'm thinking is we're going to go with, let's have a look. We want a nice wide entrance, so I'm thinking we start our chest there. So I'm going to just make half a stack of chests. Oops, that messed up. There we go, that's better. And I'll make some of them. Right, that should be good. We should have more than enough hoppers. And they have gone off. Oops. Did I actually drop them all in? Oh man, I can't believe I did that. Can I realize this? Give me them so you don't get out of control. Let's see, so hoppers. So this is going to be the bone meal line, so we want it to run this way. At this point we do this, and we put some trap chests, and we'll put, yeah, we'll do a staggered. Ooh, that's in the way. Is that necessary? Is it? Yeah, that has to be the... Give me 1 second, let me actually have a look. Blocks, I need blocks. Ground will do nicely. Right, that one has to be there, but that I could probably get away with rerouting this. I don't see how it could cause a problem. Everything's still connected. It should still work. I'll have to give it a test, but that should give us a nice large storage for bone meal and stuff like that. And the wood I'll have to do a bit weirdly. Okay, so there's that. The wood, I probably want to go one lower and then use a clock with dispensers to shovel them up to the top and then bring them down to the bottom. Probably so something like this. So let's give ourselves some inventory space. So keep it in the same pattern as it is here. Use those to my advantage. And then here, use a dispenser, come up here and fire into the back of it. So this will have all the bone meal in, so we'll funnel in our bone meal from the top. I have none left, so I can't. And our wood will come in here. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Right, let me work on that. Where is my shovel? There it is. Let me work on that. You there quickly. I don't want you destroying any of this redstone. And I'll be back. Right, so we're back and I got some basic storage set up, as you can see. Just a simple clock where when it detects items will power it on. Unfortunately, items will get stuck, but I don't really care. It won't really make much difference, and I might actually change this in the future. Probably change this between this episode and next, because unfortunately we've run out of time for today's episode. So between this episode and next, I'm going to get the glass dome on and also work on the decoration around this place. And next episode we can start putting this wood to use in the storage system. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, hit that like button. Got any comments, questions, drop them down in the comment section below. I'll answer if possible. Stay well and Survivor out.